The planet is warming at a rate never before seen in human history. Temperatures are rising faster than at any point since humans first walked the Earth, and the signs are everywhere, from the poles to the equator. This is not a natural cycle, it's the result of burning fossil fuels for over a century. Our relentless demand for energy has filled the sky with pollution, fundamentally altering the chemistry of our atmosphere. Carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases trap heat, thickening the Earth's atmospheric blanket. This invisible layer acts like insulation, preventing heat from escaping into space and causing global temperatures to climb. Our oceans once absorbed most of this excess heat, but now they're overloaded and warming rapidly. The seas, which have long protected us from the worst effects, are reaching their limits. As oceans heat and acidify, their ability to buffer us fades, and atmospheric warming accelerates. Marine life struggles to survive, and entire ecosystems are at risk of collapse. We see the evidence: glaciers retreat, coral reefs bleach, and each year brings new heat records. The headlines are filled with stories of unprecedented weather and environmental loss. Dangerous feedback loops are triggered. Melting Arctic ice exposes dark water, absorbing more heat, while thawing permafrost releases methane, a potent greenhouse gas. These changes accelerate warming even further, creating a cycle that is difficult to break. These cycles threaten to push our climate past irreversible tipping points. Once crossed, these thresholds could lead to dramatic and permanent changes in our world. The effects are no longer distant. Extreme, unpredictable weather is our new reality. Communities everywhere are facing storms, fires, and floods that were once considered rare. The stable climate that nurtured civilization is gone. We've entered a volatile era shaped by our own actions. Our food systems, water supplies, and ways of life are all under threat. The heat once hidden in oceans now supercharges our weather, setting the stage for a far more dangerous world. The choices we make today will determine the future of life on Earth. Scientists have set a crucial threshold: 1.5 degrees Celsius of warming above pre-industrial levels. This number isn't just a statistic, it's a boundary that separates a world we can adapt to from one that could spiral out of control. This isn't arbitrary, it's the line between dangerous and catastrophic climate impacts. Staying below 1.5 degrees means avoiding the worst consequences for people, wildlife, and the places we call home. Crossing it means more deadly heat waves, crop failures, and ecosystem collapse. Communities everywhere will face harsher living conditions, and the most vulnerable will suffer first and most. We're on the brink of breaching this limit, driven by relentless emissions and natural climate patterns like El Niño. Human activity continues to pump greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, pushing us closer to this dangerous tipping point. Even a temporary overshoot is a stark warning. We've failed to act fast enough. The longer we delay, the harder it becomes to reverse the damage and protect our future. At 1.5 degrees, over 70% of coral reefs will die, and once rare deadly heat waves will become annual events. Our oceans and cities will be transformed, and the loss of biodiversity will be felt worldwide. Food security will be threatened as droughts, floods, and heat stress hit key agricultural regions. Farmers will struggle to grow enough food, and prices could soar, affecting millions. Every fraction of a degree beyond 1.5 amplifies chaos and suffering for generations. The risks multiply, making recovery and adaptation even more difficult for communities everywhere. The fight to stay below this threshold is a fight for a stable, livable world. A world where future generations can thrive, and where hope remains stronger than fear. By 2030, extreme heat will redefine American summers. The South and Midwest will endure relentless, life-threatening heat waves, with little relief even at night. High humidity will push wet bulb temperatures toward deadly levels, making outdoor work and play dangerous or impossible. Power grids will be strained as millions seek refuge in air conditioning, risking blackouts that endanger the vulnerable. The traditional 4 seasons will give way to a long, oppressive summer and shorter, erratic other seasons. Agriculture, tourism, and natural cycles will all be disrupted. For many, Summer will shift from a time of leisure to a season of danger and endurance. The very fabric of American life will be reshaped by heat. Survival will depend on adapting to this new normal. Global warming is supercharging the water cycle, making rainfall more extreme and unpredictable. By 2030, Americans will face both devastating floods and crippling droughts, sometimes in the same region. Urban infrastructure, built for a milder climate, will be overwhelmed by violent deluges and flash floods. Meanwhile, the West's megadrought will deepen, shrinking reservoirs and fueling water conflicts. The Midwest will suffer flash droughts that can destroy crops in weeks, while floods and droughts whiplash farmers and threaten food security. This volatility will destabilize agriculture and drive up food prices. The nation's breadbasket will become a zone of uncertainty. Warming oceans are fueling stronger, faster intensifying hurricanes and storms. By 2030, rapid intensification will leave coastal communities with little time to prepare. Hurricanes will carry more water, causing catastrophic inland flooding, and sea level rise will amplify storm surges. The threat zone is expanding. Cities like New York and Boston now face higher hurricane risks. Severe thunderstorms, tornadoes, and derechos will become more frequent and unpredictable, striking outside traditional seasons and regions. Once rare storms will become regular events, forcing Americans to adapt to a new era of superstorms. Meteorology is evolving to describe these unprecedented phenomena. For many, storm preparation and recovery will become a routine part of life. The weather will be a source of constant anxiety and disruption. By 2030, the U.S. will face a patchwork of regional climate emergencies. The West will battle megadrought, chronic water scarcity, and year-round wildfires that threaten homes and public health. The Gulf and Atlantic coasts will endure relentless sea level rise, sunny day flooding, and stronger hurricanes, making some cities nearly unlivable. The Midwest will be whipsawed by heat, floods, and droughts, threatening its agricultural identity and economic stability. The Great Lakes will see more harmful algal blooms, endangering water supplies and local economies. Each region will face its own climate-driven challenges, fragmenting the national experience. Infrastructure and resilience will be tested as never before. The weather will no longer unite Americans. It will divide them. The climate crisis will unravel daily life through countless small disruptions. Food prices and availability will swing wildly as crops fail from drought or flood. Infrastructure, roads, runways, railways, and power grids will buckle under heat and storms, causing constant breakdowns and costly repairs. Public funds will be diverted from essential services to endless climate-related fixes. Summer will become a season of indoor confinement, and climate anxiety will rise. The expectation of a stable, safe world for our children will give way to uncertainty and worry. The climate crisis will seep into every aspect of life, from the dinner table to the daily commute. Americans will adapt, but the sense of normalcy will be forever changed. By 2030, climate-driven health crises will surge. Heat stroke and heat exhaustion will become common, especially among the elderly, children, and outdoor workers. Wildfire smoke will spread across the continent, worsening respiratory illnesses far from the flames. Higher temperatures will create more smog and bad air days, while floods will spread waterborne diseases. Mosquitoes and ticks will expand their range, bringing new infectious threats. The healthcare system will be strained, and mental health impacts, anxiety, depression, trauma, will rise. Climate change will be recognized as a major public health emergency. The next decade's weather is largely set, shaped by emissions already released, but our choices now are critical for what comes after. The climate is changing before our eyes, and the urgency to act has never been greater. We must adapt by building seawalls to protect our coasts, upgrading power grids to withstand storms, and creating cooling centers to shelter the vulnerable from deadly heat waves. These are just the first steps in a much larger transformation. Resilience means rethinking how we build, farm, and live. Designing fire-resistant communities in the West, developing drought-resistant crops in the Midwest, and creating neighborhoods that can withstand floods and storms. It's about preparing every part of our society for a new climate reality. The cost of adaptation is high, requiring investment and innovation, but the price of inaction, lost homes, livelihoods, and lives, is far more expensive and devastating. At the same time, we must slash carbon emissions to prevent an even worse future. Every effort to reduce pollution, from cleaner energy to electric vehicles, helps limit the damage. The difference between 1.5 and 3 degrees of warming is the difference between crisis and catastrophe. Each fraction of a degree matters, shaping the world our children will inherit. Every ton of carbon avoided, every fraction of a degree prevented, saves lives and ecosystems. Protecting forests, restoring wetlands, and supporting biodiversity are all part of the solution. The fight for a livable future demands a rapid transition to clean energy, innovation in every sector, and a society-wide effort that brings together communities, businesses, and governments. While the weather ahead will be dangerous and unpredictable, our actions today can still secure a safer, healthier world for future generations, one where families can thrive and nature can recover. Surrender is not an option. The challenge is immense, but hope remains in our hands. Together, we can shape a future where adaptation and action lead to resilience and renewal.